Have you ever seen something that you didn't know existed, but once you see it, you have to have it? Well, that's very much what happened to me today.
Well, you know about retro ghetto, collecting and playing retro. Lock into the retro ghetto.
Hi everybody, welcome back to the Retro Ghetto on what is a very special episode. We have once again been granted exclusive access to a brand new video game store, and that is Old Skool Gaming in Brierley Hill. I've always been a fan of this store when it was across the road. It's now moved to a premises 4 times the size, and let me tell you, this shop is full of bangers and grails. Enjoy the footage.
Retro ghetto.
Okay, so after your typical arduous journey into this part of the world, I am now at Brierley Hill. Very close to Old Skool Gaming, just walking up there now. That journey will be worth it, I'm sure, once we get there. And as I say, get this great exclusive access, being the first customer to Old Skool Gaming. I think I can see it. So this was the old shop, and now we're moving across the road to what was a cafe, I believe. So let's go and take a look. And here we are, the brand new, much improved Old Skool Gaming. Look how much space there is in here. And not only that, there's actually more space down there. So this shop's going to continue to grow. As I say, it's not actually open for a few days yet. The owner's been kind enough to give us first look. But this shop's just going to keep getting better. Okay, I've made it back to the Retro Ghetto, and the first thing that I want to do is give a massive shout out to the owner of Old Skool Gaming, Rich, for allowing us early exclusive access to his fantastic store. I'm sure we can all agree from the video footage, Rich has done a fantastic job of getting not only games, but very high-end video games into the space. It's 4 times the size of the old store that was across the road, and you can also see that there's room for him to grow. This was an old post office building, very tall ceilings, very large spacious shop, just a nice place to go and look for video games, but there's definitely room for him to keep expanding, and I know he's still got the stock in storage with which to expand the shop even further. I've been up and down the country filming for the channel at various different video game stores, and there's always a common theme that it's very difficult for people to keep the higher end items in stock. Often those more expensive, high ticket items go out the door as soon as they come in. And I've never seen so many grails and bangers in one place. It was literally like, wow, wow, wow. I walked in, like, so many things caught my eye. It's definitely worth heading down to Old Skool Gaming if you get the opportunity. As this video goes live, the store actually opened on Saturday, so you can get yourself down there right now. Also, there's going to be links in the description to the Facebook page, which is the best way to contact Rich and Old Skool Gaming. So if there's anything that you see in this video and you want to inquire about, drop him a message and I'm sure he'll be more than happy to help you out. Now obviously, with me being granted exclusive access to the store and the fantastic merchandise within it, I wasn't going to leave empty-handed. I wasn't going to let this opportunity pass me by. I picked up 3 different things, all of which are very different, all of which are very me, and one of which is an early contender to be my pickup of the year. I'm looking at it now, I'm so happy, but obviously I'm going to be showing you that last. First thing that I want to get into is something that if you watch the channel you know that I've been on the hunt for recently, and that is arcade racers on the Xbox 360. I'm loving picking up arcade racers. Not only do I love playing them, but I really enjoy playing them on my Xbox 360 kiosk. This is one that I'd never come across before, and that is Full Auto. Full Auto is a 2006 vehicular combat racing game, developed by Suedo Interactive and published by Sega. The back of the box reads horsepower meets firepower, and I think that pretty much sums up this game. It's an arcade racer with Mario Kart-like elements as you get power-ups and you use those weapons with which to defeat your competitors. Very similar to a game that I recently picked up on this channel, Blur. Always a good day when I add a new arcade racer to my Xbox 360 collection, and definitely one to keep a lookout for on your next game hunt. Okay, and on to my next pickup, and of course I had to pick up something retro. You guys know how much I love the 16-bit era, Super Nintendo, Mega Drive. It really is where my collecting passions lie. This is a game that's been on the horizon for me for quite some time, and that is Nickelodeon's Are Real Monsters. Real Monsters is a 1995 action platformer developed by Real Time Associates. You play as the 3 main characters from the cartoon, Ickis, Oblina and Crumb. In this game, you scare your way through various different locales, collecting specific items needed to pass your mid-monster term exam. This for me is just nostalgia in a blue-spined box. I am a Nickelodeon kid through and through. It's just my childhood. Everything that's nostalgic to me sort of stems back from Nickelodeon, right? That era of, I never had cable, right? I wasn't that fortunate, but my grandma did. And whenever I was at my grandma's house, which was every weekend and every sort of school holidays, I'd be watching Nickelodeon from dawn till dusk, and yeah, Real Monsters was definitely a staple part of that. I believe there's a magical charm of all platformers of that era, whether they're like the top tier sort of Marios and Sonics, or the lesser games that don't really get as much universal acclaim. I just think there's something magical about them, and I'd say it just takes me back to a different, more innocent time. This is definitely one I'm going to be looking forward to putting into my collection and giving some time on the Mega Drive very soon.
Retro Ghetto.
Okay, and that takes me on to my final pickle. Have you ever seen something that you didn't know existed, but once you see it, you have to have it? Well, that's very much what happened to me today. I'm not even sure that Rich intended to sell this item. I think it was something he picked up, and due to the high price it commands on eBay, I think he was just going to sell it via online. But I kind of saw it out the corner of my eye as soon as I walked in the shop, and there was a part of me straight away that knew that I had to have this. I'd never seen it before. You know me, guys, I love the weird and the wonderful. I've reached that point in collecting where I love things I've never seen before, I love things that are hard to attain, and I love things that I can put on display to further improve the Retro Ghetto 3.0. This definitely ticks those boxes. Here it is. This is a Marvin the Martian statue. I'm going to be putting an overlay on the screen now to really do this justice. It's a solid piece of poly resin. It's just one of them things that they just don't make anymore. You just don't see companies producing big heavy things like this anymore like they used to. So you can see on the back here, this was 1997 Warner Brothers. And something else which I really enjoy is these original stickers. You can see on the feet, this was originally sold in Warner Brothers Studio Store, designed exclusively for the Warner Brothers Studio Store. And yeah, just look at the colours, look at the way it pops, I love the way it displays, I love the way it stands in the room. I love the way he's holding his gun behind his back, a la the cartoons. Yeah, there's just something magical about this thing, and I'm very, very happy to have added it to my collection. As I say, it's just one of them things that I didn't know existed, but once I saw it, I knew it had to end up in the Retro Ghetto 3.0. So yeah, I said to Rich as I was leaving, you've tickled all my fancies today. I've picked up an arcade racer, I've picked up a 16-bit retro video game, and I've picked up something a little bit weird that I love that's for display in the Retro Ghetto 3.0. So that's all my three things that I'm hunting right now. So yeah, definitely very happy with my haul from Old Skool Gaming. As I said previously, guys, the shop is now open. There's no reason not to go to this store simply because it's the middle of the country and there's so many other great video games in and around the sort of Birmingham, Halesowen, Brierley Hill area which you can hit up in one day. You will actually be seeing some more footage on this Sunday's vlog I've got coming of some other video game stores and places that I visited whilst I was in the area. So make sure you keep it locked to the Retro Ghetto for that one. And as I always say in these videos, it's massively, massively important that we keep supporting our local video game and toy stores. If we don't, they will die out. Whilst Amazon does provide a great service, there's certain things you're just never going to get. You're never going to be able to pop into a brick and mortar store, find weird and wonderful things like Marvin here that you didn't know existed until you go in. So yeah, it's very important that we continue to support all of our local privately owned businesses. And if you're ever in the area, make sure you go and visit the brand new Old Skool Gaming. So once again, I want to give a massive thank you to Rich for allowing us this early exclusive access to this fantastic store. Okay guys, before we get out of here today, I want to dedicate this video to John, better known within the UK retro video game collecting scene as Retro Kit. I never got to know John personally, but I know he had very close links to the shop Old Skool Gaming and its owner Rich. When I hear about somebody passing in their 30s that had a young child, it really hits home. It's very shocking, obviously gone far too soon. My thoughts are with all of John's family and friends. Retro Bear, who was very good friends with John, put a fantastic and very moving tribute to him on his channel, and I'll post links in the description for that. And again, condolences to John's family and friends.